So yeah, first one of the week done. Also, hi guys, welcome to a new week of the vlog. That was a hard one. First one of the week. It's a nice easy 7 kilometers, but it wasn't nice and easy. I think somehow my recovery wasn't as effective as it usually is for after my long run, because I distinctly remember yesterday feeling really tight, and I do usually feel tight after a long run, but that felt tighter. And then today I got to the first 4k and I had to walk for a bit because I could feel the fatigue in my legs. But I pushed through, I slowed down and pushed through, and I got it done. And it is very slow 7k, but it is 7k nonetheless. It's going to be a good week. Recovery run done in the rain. This is rainwater, not sweat. I weigh about 2 pounds more than I did when I started, because I got to like 3k up the river. I was on my way back, and then that decided it was going to start crying. So yes, very wet, and all of the footage that I recorded during my run is probably not usable because of my previous experience running in the rain. I'm aware that a lot of the footage can be distorted by the audio, and there's almost no way of recovering it, so I'm gonna stand here and tell you what I was talking about. So basically, this week's been a good week. It's been okay. It's been slightly more than okay. So basically, I realised that the only true rest day I have is a Friday, because I do strength Monday and I do strength Thursday, which explains why I hate my Thursday run so much, because my legs are already tired from the threshold, then they're double tired from the strength training. To be fair, most of my body's tired from the strength training because I've changed it up a bit, so I'm doing a lot more leg focused stuff, some core, some back stuff, and just like some push-ups and assisted pull-ups for upper body. Like, I'm trying to keep my overall body strength going, but I am focusing more on my legs because that's what I need to be an efficient runner. So anyway, and then I do my run on Thursday, and as much as my strength training is not anything massively taxing, the accumulative work builds up, and then I have my true rest day Friday, and then I've noticed that my Sunday or Saturday run, my 5k, my getting back into it 5k, is harder than any other run of the week, except maybe threshold. And I think it's because my body's rested and it's still kind of on the verge of needing more rest, and then I kick it back in the arse and do my 5k. So as much as I am recovering on my rest days, I'm obviously not letting myself recover too much to the point where like I'm losing fitness, but that would take a couple of weeks anyway, from what I've read and what I've researched. Anyway, my point is, I'm rambling. My point is, I feel like my Thursday run is always the hardest of the week, and it's just because of the accumulative fatigue of the threshold, the strength, and then that run. And admittedly, I could potentially do my strength after my run. I actually might try that. That's a good idea. Well done, whoever thought that up is a genius. But that's not what I actually wanted to talk about in this video, on this run. What I do want to talk about is my skin injuries. And when I say that, I mean like, so you can obviously pull a muscle, break a bone, whatever it is. that will take you out of action for a while. When I say a skin injury, what I mean is like a chafing on my inner thighs, which is something a lot of runners will understand. I hope. So I have flat thighs, I have thick thighs, and yeah, obviously when I run, they rub together, which is not good for my legs, my skin, because it's rubbing my skin together. Now I do have anti-chafe, like roll-on stuff. I do have Vaseline that I can use. That's actually really good. That's really effective. And when I do have chafing, I do have moisturizers and creams and stuff that I can use to like help heal it. But it's still awful. So if I work one day and it's a really hot day at work and I've had to move a lot, I'll get like a little bit of residual chafing. And then I'll go home and I'll put something on to help ease it, and I'll be like, I've got to do a threshold run today. So then I go and do my threshold run, and then obviously it worsens the chafing, despite how my precautions and my efforts to not make it worse. And then it gets to Thursday and I'm like, I really don't want to run, because I feel like if I do, my chafing is going to get worse. And admittedly, this is not a theoretical situation. This is happening to me right now. And my chafing's actually okay. I've said chafing far too many times. So yeah, my chafing's fine. Like, I feel good. It's not sore or anything. But I am still going to go home from this one. I want to recover how I usually do. And I'm going to put on some more moisturizers and creams and stuff just to help heal it a little bit. And as much as tomorrow is my rest day, I do have to be up and about. And when you have really bad chafing, just walking is awful. So yeah, that's what I've been battling this week. And then my Monday, my rest day, just easy strength training. I felt really tight, and I wondered why, because the long run that I did wasn't even the longest run I've done. Like, it didn't feel hard at all. It was in fact probably the easiest long run I've done in this block. And then got to Tuesday, did my run, and I think I mentioned in like the little bit that I did on that it felt really hard, and it was really hard. It did feel really tight, and I think it's because I did my long run Sunday and I did late. Usually I finish my long run and then I go out. Oh my god, listen to this. That is thunder you can hear. I do love the rain. It's so relaxing hearing it bang off rooftops and stuff. Anyway, what was I talking about? Recovery. So I did my long run on Sunday, and usually what I do when I recover from a long run is I go home, I'll have like a can of pop, I'll have some pasta, usually it's lasagna, although last week I had spaghetti bolognese. It's basically the same thing, let's be honest. And then usually I have about half a litre of flavoured milk, and I didn't have the milk because I didn't buy any. So I had my pasta. I didn't have the pop because I didn't buy any. And then I was like, I'll just have pasta. I'll have some more like eggs. I'll just chuck in some more like recovery foods, it'll be fine. And I don't know if it's because I've been recovering a certain way and my body's used to it, or I didn't recover properly with like what I was putting into my body, but I felt really, really tight. And it could just be something like as simple as my body took a while to react to the training and it was tight because of it, and I'd recovered fine, but we'll never know. So I do have milk. I'm going to recover properly this week, and hopefully I feel good. I want to try and walk to the car. Wish me luck.
So that was an experience. So I went for this run and I was going to talk about my chafing, and I was going to talk about my second skin injury. And I didn't take my headphones, mainly because someone forgot to charge them, and partly because someone in one of the chat group forum and things that I'm in had mentioned that they run occasionally without the headphones in. And honestly, it was quite therapeutic, I'm not gonna lie. It's the first run I've done for a while where I've not been like, I've completely zoned out, like completely, to the point where I didn't even see like feel my watch going off for most of my checkpoints for like my kilometers that I've done. And it's just, I was completely out of it, completely blanked. Didn't even focus on like not going too fast, not going too slow, just got into a rhythm and just, it was kind of like how I imagine meditation is, but active instead of sat in a room on a cushion. That's quite stereotypical. However people meditate. Anyway, that's my point. Like, I might try it more often. And there were stages where I obviously tried to record stuff and it just wasn't happening. Because like I say, I think I was at like 3.5k and it started raining, and that's when like I kind of zoned back in. I was like, I've got my camera, I haven't recorded anything. So anyway, yeah, there's that. Then there is another issue that I have, and it's something I know that a lot of runners have an issue with, and it is the things on the front of my chest, my nips. Boy, are they sore. So on my Sunday run, my long run, I'd finished and I was like, oh, chest's a bit itchy. And then, so I've got to the point now where on most of my runs, I'll take a spare shirt so I can just change out of the sweaty one into something like cleaner, so I can feel cleaner-ish. It's helped a bit. Anyway, point is, I took it off and I was like, why is my nip so red? So yeah, it turns out an issue that I've never ever had before has now become an issue. And both my nipples are so extremely sensitive right now that I've been wearing plasters over them. Runner issues, eh? So yeah, I'm saying skin injury. It's not actually like an injury or anything. It's just an inconvenience. And it is irritating as balls. Because even in like a normal top now, because they're so sensitive, like a little brush and it's like, ooh. So yeah, that's something I'm going to have to look into combating in the near future. So any advice on anyone for how to not have sensitive nipples while you run would be good. Like I say, I do have plasters over them now and they feel good. They feel like they're fine. I've been told you can put Vaseline over them. That helps. But yeah, I'm probably going to look into it a little bit more and see if I can find a more permanent solution to my nipple problem. Not something I ever thought I would say out loud. Easy run on Saturday. Just finished. It's about 9:30. It's very late because it's been very hot today. And to be fair, it's still quite warm now. Honestly, look at me. This was an easy run. I am a big sweaty man, to be fair. I can sweat stood in a freezer. But you know, I digress. Tomorrow is my long run. It is 15 kilometers, something like that. I know it's the longest I've done so far, and kind of oddly looking forward to it. I've already got everything prepared because it's going to have to be an early one. So I'm hoping I wake up 7 or 8, get out for my long run, get done by 10, back home, showered, and then shooting over to my dad's for Father's Day. That is the plan. Now then, people, a very rare look at me dry. Start my long run. It's going to be a good one. It is about 8:30. It's Sunday morning. I'm feeling good. I've only been awake about half an hour. I've had something to eat and I'm all good. I'm ready to go. Let's do this. And one massive advantage of getting up early in the morning to do this is it's not too hot. It's meant to be like 27 degrees today apparently. So I'm glad I'm doing this early in the morning. As much as I hate waking up early in the morning. Let's do this. Finally made it to the river. 3.5 kilometers later. That's a good distance to know. 4 kilometers down and I'm feeling good and strong. I've got through that initial bit where my legs, even though I do a warm-up, don't feel warmed up. Takes a couple of K to get into that comfortable rhythm. And I think it's just because my legs are old and not used to running, even though I've been running straight for like 6 months now. But you know, anyway, slow down a bit. Story of my life. Right, 5K down. I've just had my first fueling pit stop. Where, let's be honest, I didn't stop. But I'm getting much more effective at not slowing down too much whilst I fuel up for a bit. Which I'm happy with. Not that I lose that much time when I fuel up anyway, but let's be fair. At the end of the day, the distance is the goal, not particularly the time. Because like I said before, I'm very confident I want to hit my target time. It's just getting the training down so that I know what I'm doing. So when it comes to doing it on the day, there's no questions, there's no ifs, ands or buts. It's just go out and smash it. That's the plan anyway. I am on Big Red, as I have affectionately started calling it, crossing over the T's, ready to go back. So I am just under halfway, and yes, I am walking, but it is strategic because I've just gone off a load of steps, and even after 6.5 kilometers, steps are going to hire you out a bit. So I think just cross the bridge, nice and relaxed, gentle, recover a little bit, and then run the next. Now, psychologically, this is harder for me because I'm just getting through that stage where I think if I walk or run, I failed my run. But that's not the case at all. Sometimes you need to rest. And it is getting up there a bit. It's got a lot warmer in the hour I've been out. I say hour, 50 minutes I've been out. So yeah, if you need to stop, take a little recovery walk, and do it. You're not a failure. You've run out the door and you've done something. And that's all that matters. So, 11K in, and I'm just had my third fuel pit stop. Hi. Just had my third fuel pit stop. I did walk a little bit for that one, not gonna lie, because it's got exponentially hotter than when I first started. So I'm just taking it easy, just nice and slow, get through these last 4 kilometers, 3 kilometers, however long it is. 3.84 kilometers. Right, let's do this. Long run, 14.1 kilometers, done. That was hard. Well, the last kilometer was hard. Everything else seemed all right. And for once, I'm glad that I ran a route that was along the main road, because then on the way back up, I could press the lights and get like a 30-second rest in. Oh, I'm getting there. I'm certainly a lot fitter than I was this time 3 months ago, which is positive and happy. Means I have something to look forward to 3 months from now when I do the Grain of Fun, and I'm exponentially fitter than I am now. Oh. That's the plan anyway. So, quick recap of the week then. Tuesday, I did my first one of the week, and it was 7-ish kilometers. Actually, I think it was bang on 7 kilometers. And that went well from what I remember. I don't remember being annoying or anything. Wednesday, I did my threshold 4 on, 4 off training for a set of 4. And honestly, that sucked. Like, I don't understand how my body reacts to this training. Because for my threshold training for 800 by 200, I generally have like 5.5 minutes where I'm running ish, and then I have about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes rest. But then this second threshold, where it's 4 minutes on, 4 minutes off, I used to do 4 minutes of threshold, 4 minutes of rest, or recovery, sorry. But my body hates that. Whereas the one where I'm working harder for longer and I'm recovering shorter, my body's fine with that one. I don't understand. But maybe the fact that I'm running my threshold paces too quickly than I should have been. And that was rectified this week, and this week felt fine. So, you know. Then anyway, did my recovery on 5k on Thursday. That was all right. Then, fun fact. So I did my 5k yesterday for my warm up for today. And then today's 14.1 long run, which was good up until the last kilometre. And then that's where it started hitting me that this is the longest distance I've run for a while. Because obviously the last one I was scheduled to do 14 kilometres. I had to pull out because of my back. And not ideal, but at least I can see that my training's getting me there. And I finished long enough ago that I still haven't actually logged it properly on my watch. Like, it's still going through the analysis. And I'm fine, I'm talking to you fine. My shirt is 2 different shades. Like, literally, the whole shirt is completely, it's about 6 pounds heavier than it was when I put it on. And I genuinely don't know how I can still have anything in my body to sweat out. But my water bottle's got me through. There's practically nothing in it. Next week when I go out, and I think when I'm going out it's 15.5 kilometers, I'm probably going to have to take both of my bottles out. So I'm going to have to find the other one. Don't know where it is. Which means I will have to carry this bad boy the whole time instead of sticking it in this pocket like I usually do. But it's a minor thing. So, yes. As always, friendly reminder, running the Great North Run. That's why I'm doing all this training. That's part of the reason why I'm doing all this training for the SSAFA. Link in the description below. If you can donate, please do. If not, no worries. I understand. Everyone's under financial pressure every day. It's hard times we live in. The most peaceful times, but also hard times. Anyway. So yeah, that's been my week. The weeks are just like tumbling away now. Honestly, it feels like last week when I did my deload week, but it's not. I've got next week and then I'm on to another deload week. And that is the second of 3 deload weeks in this plan. And it's scary to think that I'm less than 3 months away from the Great North Run now. So yes, we're getting there. So that is me signing off for this week. I will love you and leave you. I hope you've all had a good week. I hope it's always been productive as mine has, because it's actually been quite a good week. Anyway, peace.